Okay, let's get this thing started because I want to go home. So we needed to write log equations for this. Now I think somebody asked me how to do this and I might have had a brain fart. Alright, so it's good if you're watching this. For write a log equation, I think I might have initially said set this equal to x and then take the log. I'm not sure. Okay, but let me just tell you what I meant to tell you to do. Alright, and first off, let's make this there. Let's make it a pretty color. Let's go, Pacific black. Okay, so if I'm going to take the log of this, alright, I'm taking the log of 8.49 times 72.1. The log of multiplication we changed to addition. So all I want you to write is log 8.49 plus log 72.1. That's it. Okay? For number 2, when we take the log of all of this, I've got 3 things multiplied together. So I'm going to change this to adding 3 things. I'm going to have the log of 0.419 plus the log of 55.2 plus the log of 0.00153. Okay? Same thing for number 3. We're going to have the log of 2 plus the log of 3.14 plus the log of 0.00878. Because when you take the log of all this, you've got 3 things multiplied together, and multiplication changes to addition. For the second row of stuff, we've got division. So division, when we take the logarithm of 2 things being divided, we subtract. So this is going to turn into log of 384 minus the log of 156. When we take the log of number 5, the division will change to subtraction. So this will be the log of 4.52 minus the log of 0.107. Take the log of number 6, and this will be equal to the log of 1.97 minus the log of 35.8. Alright, so the first row of problems is multiplication. Second row of problems was division. The next thing that we had a rule for was the power rule. So when we have something raised to an exponent inside of a logarithm. Okay, so in this case, if I take the log of 45.7 to the second power, that 2 is going to pop out in front. And I'm going to have the log of 2 times the log of 45.7. Same thing happens with number 8. This is going to give me 5 times the log of 0.07. Now this, don't be thrown off by the square root because this is really 346 to the 1/2 power. So then we take the log of that and the 1/2 pops out in front. I get 1/2 times the log of 346. Okay? This is not the same thing as going in between exponential and logarithmic form. Okay, if we take number 7 and we had 45.7 squared, and I said, okay, let's make that equal to x. If we did this in log form, you can make your little L. That would be the log of 457, or 45.7 of x is equal to 2. Okay, so this is if you change this from an exponential equation to a logarithmic equation, which I think is what I said when somebody asked me about this, and I'm very sorry. But what we wanted to do was just rewrite this as a log. An equation is if we took the logarithm of it. So if you did that, I'm not going to ding you because that was my bad. But fix it now since I'm telling you. For number 10, this is like 0.85 to the 1/3 power. So when we take the log of that, that's going to be 1/3 times the log of 0.85. This, okay, now we've got 18.0 times, now the cube root is the 1/3, so this is times 0.301 to the 1/3 power. So when we take the log of this is a combo because we've got multiplication and a power. So this is going to be the log of 18 plus, because I've got multiplication, and then when I take the log of this part, I got to pop that 1/3 out in front. So it's going to be 1/3 times the log of 0.301. Number 3, we've got even more when we take the log of that. Alright, so we're taking the log of this. I guess I should have wrote that in here, log. So when we take the log of this, we're going to have the logarithm of 3.14 plus, because there's multiplication in that numerator, I'm going to pop my 2 out, 2 times the log of 4.81, minus, because I have the division of log 0.671. Number 13, when I take the log of all of this, it's just like the last row. I've got a lot going on. I'm going to have the log of 27.6 plus, now the square root of 3 is 3 to the 1/2 power, so that's going to be 1/2 log 3. And all of that is divided by 2, so minus the log of 2. 14 is definitely tricky, so I'm going to erase right here so I definitely have enough space. Okay, now I'll do it in a different color. Color. Okay. So for this one, when I take the log of this, we got to be careful because all of this is to the 1/2 power. Okay, so if we kind of write this baby step, this is really, how am I going to write this? The log of all of that stuff, so 2 times 1.67 all over 59.8. All of that is to the 1/2 power. Okay, so I'm going to pop that 1/2 out front, and then I still have all of this stuff going on the inside. So when I break all of this part up, so when I break all of this part up, that's totally cool because I need to break up that multiplication into addition and the division and the subtraction, but I can't forget about this 1/2 that I have chilling out front here. So I'm going to have this 1/2 times all of this big logarithm broken up. So times the log of 2 plus the log of 1.6 minus the log of 59.8. So all of that is times 1/2. And if you want to, you can distribute that 1/2. It is totally up to you. You don't have to, but that is a possibility.